We already have 100 softwares that do better than that right now.
Hell, you probably
that are cheap. That are way cheaper. Way cheaper.
This type of automation, though, that you're talking about for the grocery stores is probably an applicable. Like the issue lies there in that same space. You know, that type of automation is valuable in that space as well.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, especially for like a growing thing, a growing industry,
literally.
like marijuana. I mean, the machines are one thing, but it'll be especially prevalent for the places that sell it behind the counter as well. That's for sure. But yeah, it's definitely growing in vending. I'm interested to see where that can go, just because it's kind of the resurgence out of the cigarette machines, out of the beer machines. Been a lot of laws that have gone forward to keep those out of the streets.
Has
I guess.
COVID been positive? Has it been an uptick?
Have you been COVID positive?
Yeah, I hope you haven't been COVID. We all have, but I just mean did the volume go up for vending machines because people don't want to be around people?
I'm not even gonna try. It's Evan
Jarecki,
and it's Polish, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
How do you say it in Polish?
I would say Jarecki.
Jarecki.
Yeah, that's how Siri will say it the first time.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, if you put it in your phone,
Get out of here.
that's how she'll say it the first time.
Siri and Amazon or Alexa don't even know how to say Bob right sometimes.
I don't know how she pulls off that accent from Jarecki. It's phonetic if you look at it, Jarecki.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, so Alexa to me is like so much superior than Siri now.
Yeah.
Like she just like would beat the heck out of her, But I did tell me something you don't know about that one time. You know where Siri's name comes from?
No.
So Siri is a Norse god meaning to show you the way. What about Alexa? Do you know where her name comes from?
No.
Alexa was named after the Library of Alexandria, which before the internet was the largest place of information on Earth. One place.
Wow. That's actually pretty incredible.
And the Romans burned it down on accident for sure. They wanted that. That was the thing back then. They would take over thing, try to get their information.
Innovation.
Yeah,
you just got to rebuild, sometimes.
For sure. So Siri gets your name right. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Congratulations on that.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
So you were with a company called Gimme.
Yes.
Right? Tell me a little bit about Gimme.
So Gimme helps automate food service companies at its core. But more specifically, we would help vending operations and grocery delivery people. And we do that through software and hardware.
Nice. So tell me like some of your clients right now, just grocery stores, restaurants, food companies, food groups.
Yeah, so the vending operation, what that looks like is traditionally it's a warehouse in an industrial park. They have maybe a dozen trucks that pull in and out of the warehouse every morning. They stock snacks and drinks in this warehouse. They have routes. They run those routes. And, these vending machines are anywhere from mostly office break rooms or big distribution centers for manufacturing. But we help them manage that, the routing, the scheduling, the inventory of products, knowing what to bring and where to bring it. And then on the grocery side, the people that use our product are the guys that do the deliveries of the products. So, and traditionally this is in short shelf life products. So dairy, pastries, sometimes it's beer and drink as well, but mostly the short shelf life stuff. So it's the guys
and that's in actually the supermarkets.
Yeah, this would be
obviously you're not going to get a carrot out of a vending machine.
Exactly.
Right.
So these are it's kind of the two separate segments. We have a little bit of crossover technology from the vending side and the grocery, but when the guys are doing the deliveries at the back of a Publix or a Kroger or a Walmart, they use our hardware to plug in, send an invoice to that location, and get a receipt that they delivered the product.
So this is a logistics technology, really.
It's becoming more so that way. It's kind of we kind of talk about last mile service for delivery, where products go to a consumer. It's like that because vending is its own point of sale.
Sure, yeah.
And then the grocery side is a little bit different because it goes onto the shelf from there. But
Now, I love to hear this because everybody's like from day one when you think of this idea and you start this company up into year 3 or 4. Because I told you earlier, I remember meeting you guys in Atlanta Tech Village years ago. And so was the idea right now, day one, what it is today?
No way.
Tell me about it. Tell me the difference.
Yeah, so I met Corey, my business partner, back in 2012. We were both working at Gulfstream Aerospace out of Savannah, Georgia.
Nice.
Both at Tech. And my path was extremely
Chattahoochee
linear.
Tech, obviously.
Yeah.
Chattahoochee Tech.
Yeah,
not
Chattahoochee
Georgia Tech.
No way, Georgia Tech. I'm in a room of UGA guys,
There you
So,
go.
we met at Gulfstream. I'm on this very linear path of go to college, get an engineering job, go work at Gulfstream. That was the plan. Meanwhile, I'm hearing about all of Corey's entrepreneurial journeys. He had already bought or started and sold a couple of companies. He had all of this opportunity in his life. But one of those companies was a vending company. So while we were both at Tech, we hung out for a couple of years. I learned about these ventures. He had about 30 vending machines down in Peachtree City, Georgia. And I heard about how he couldn't see what was going on inside of his machines from his iPhone. There was no way.
Did he get Peachtree City is a big airport Delta type neighborhood? Is that how he got into that?
His dad is a pilot at Delta,
And they're all and like that's like 60% of the population down there is because of the airport.
Exactly. Yeah, he has a big passion for flying, especially. And then a Gulfstream was just an expansion of that with private jets.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I learned a lot about this kind of nitty gritty industry. And I think him having that experience planted the seed in his head about starting a company to build tech that could do things a lot better for those people in that industry that were a lot bigger than he was.
Track inventory on a real time from your vending machine. So you got one Snicker bar that goes down the thing.
Right.
It comes off the inventory.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the base of the product when you first started.
There you go. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, it was one of those things where once I met him, he had the idea, I had the job, I quit the job before I ever got started, and then we started Gimme together.
Right. So I lived in Jacksonville for a couple of years, and a lot of Jacksonville University down there has a big aerospace pilots school rather than a lot of people live there and worked out of there from Savannah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know a lot of Jacksonville folks that went for Jacksonville University, but there was a lot of people that went there.
Not specifically. I know more of the lacrosse side of JU. Is a school I looked at to play in college, but not the aerospace.
Are you from Atlanta?
I was actually born outside of Chicago.
I saw the cup earlier.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
the Bears
for you.
Cup. Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Get a quarterback.
You didn't have to bring that one up on this, but no, it was fun. I'm born in Chicago or outside Chicago. People say if you say you're from Chicago, if you weren't born in Chicago, then you're not really from Chicago. But and we lived in Texas for a little bit, but moved to Savannah in high school, and I've been in Georgia ever since.
Nice, nice. So the Bears, let's go back to that.
Sure.
What are they going to do? Are they going to keep the quarterback? Are they going to get Alex Smith? I've heard a lot of things here.
It's kind of tough. I feel like it's one of those things where if you have the quarterback, you kind of have to invest in that once you have him. So I kind of sit on that. Build the compound interest on your QB. But there's a lot of improvements that the Bears could make. So.
Well, I really believe that there's so much opportunity for every team right now. Like there just is because there's so many quarterbacks that are capable quarterbacks.
Sure.
That are out there. It's the biggest quarterback flood ever in the NFL history. I believe that you can keep your guy that you went up and got over all the people you probably shouldn't have whatever it got. I mean, wasn't Kansas Mahomes in that draft?
Yeah, they passed on Mahomes.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So this year, forgetting the bad pass, for this year, I believe you can get a really blue chip capable backup quarterback. I mean, you're talking about Jameis Winston. I don't like him, but the guy threw for 5,000 yards the last year. Now he threw 30 interceptions, but I think that's a coaching thing.
Yeah.
If that guy's your backup and you got Mitch Trubisky that flubs up, you can put that guy in. He's capable to win games.
Right.
He can win games. You just got to have a coach that don't throw it to the other team.
Reminds me of the Moneyball strategy of just get hits. You know, if you could just get the yards, you could
I feel like
still
I
get some
can't
production.
call it about
love that
quarterbacks
movie, by the
anymore.
way.
I feel like I cannot call it about quarterbacks anymore because everybody that I vouch for sucks, and everybody that I think is going to be terrible. And like I hated on
Those
Josh.
first two or three picks at quarterback are typically always good. Though.
I hated on, and I'm
They
talking
are.
about
Yeah.
the gray area. It's the gray area that I can't be. I hated on Josh Allen so hard.
Oof.
God, I hated on him so hard.
Man, that dude when he was at combine, he threw that ball and it almost hit the roof.
The last thing we went and saw was them play Atlanta in Atlanta though. That was the last Falcons game that I went. And he was bad.
You
He
sit in the
was
seats?
not good. Yeah. Yeah, he was not good. Me and Rod went.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
that's
not
right.
good at all.
Nice.
He was not good at all. And I was like, this kid's terrible. Why are we even here?
There's a lot. Yeah, well, that's his rookie year. And if Peyton Manning wasn't good his rookie year either, but he's Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a little bit to adjust.
balled
But
out,
I will tell you this though:
Balled
it
out.
takes less to adjust a rookie quarterback. It's less to adjust now in 2021, 22 than it was in '98 because the game was so much different from college. Now
Yeah, you're
these
right.
coaches are absolutely going
Loosening up in
They were
college.
they did this very, very well in college. We're gonna take 20% of our playbook and we're gonna incorporate that because that person's comfortable with that. Quarterbacks didn't get that in 1998, 1999, even
Sure.
way before. They were like, "This is our playbook. I don't care what college you went to.
You got to fit that.
Yeah, you gotta fit that. I mean, the perfect example is Lamar. That guy's he's an animal, and he's not a quarterback.
Right.
He's a great athlete that plays quarterback.
Right.
And he plays quarterback well, but he's just a great athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, just insane. He's got an arm, man. So there's a lot of them. I mean, I could name 10 quarterbacks, 15 quarterbacks right now that are probably going to be second strings that are just incredible second strings.
Kyler Russell.
There's tons of them, man.
Yeah.
There's tons of them. I mean, Manshew's going to be a backup. That guy,
that's great.
He's going to be a backup, and that guy did very well for a bad Jacksonville Jaguars team. Managed football games very well, and he's going to be a backup. He's not going to start over Tyler.
Right.
He's just not.
Right.
You know, Urban Meyer will. I almost guarantee you he starts first game.
Deshaun Watson didn't sign anywhere yet.
No, that's still going on. I think from what I've heard on the radio and everything, he's probably. Houston is going to hold out till 5 or 6 days before the draft and get everything they can, which they should.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That's a bummer.
You saw what Carolina was already offered them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
3 number ones and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I take that deal right then. I take it right away and I go, yes. Where's the paperwork? I sign it. He doesn't want to be here. 3 number ones. That's a Herschel Walker Dallas pick. That's him trading 3 number ones.
If I'm Christian McCaffrey, though, I'm
Jimmy
like,
Johnson
please say no, please say
Jimmy
no.
Johnson traded 3 number ones and built his whole '90s dynasty on trading Herschel Walker.
Yeah, I would never in my life.
3 number ones is too much.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
too
too
much. It's too much in football. It's way too much in football.
I've always wanted to have like there should be more vending machines in sports arenas. Just because
There really should.
just because of lines, period, and you can still charge $3 for a Snicker bar. People will still pay for it. You can still upcharge it, but there are not as many lines on there.
I could probably do some interesting things with beer machines too. This has been it's like there are laws that are now for cigarette machines and beer machines out there, but I wonder if something could change for stadiums especially. There are some Georgia Tech companies that have tried virtual bartender or not virtual bartenders, but just an automated bartender to try to get drinks and lines cut down a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could do something about it.
There was a tech company that's
pretty cool.
Early on, I think they went out of business, but the guy was super sharp. He probably doing something
He was
else.
doing hardware for bars, wasn't
Well,
he?
no. This guy was doing stadium layouts for the Brave Stadium, and then and showing you where everything is, and you could purchase things from that vendor at your seat,
Right.
and then they could deliver.
Oh
to you,
yeah,
they'd pick
they're
them
not
up.
out of business. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
no,
they.
they're,
I
they're
thought
still
they,
in business.
Okay.
The main developer doesn't work there anymore. He went and got a job. But do you
Yeah.
remember the one that
What was
I'm
that?
talking
What was
about?
that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The software.
What was the software called?
I can't remember.
It was a pretty
On
good
Track.
idea. It basically gave you the map of on your phone, gave you the map of every facility, bathrooms or whatever, and it kind of showed you the
Right.
way. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to say something like that got it got integrated
It's
into
called
another
On
app.
Track.
On
Is it?
Track.
Pulled that one out of the vault, son. That
Nice.
one's way back.
Nice.
Look at the founders.
That's me.
That is you. Corey looks happy, doesn't he?
That's
Got a
at
good
ATV.
He
solid
looks
beard.
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still rocking the beard.
You're like,
solid
I don't
beard.
know, maybe that picture.
You see a little twitch in my eye there.
There you go.
Okay.
Dude, I was reading the other day, they were like, don't wear horizontal stripes on
really?
camera ever. That's what I read, yeah.
Well, that's a
Because it
good
makes
tip.
you look fatter.
Oh,
Well,
wide.
I mean,
yeah.
for me, yeah, but for you, you're already skinny, so it doesn't matter. I mean, that doesnn't make you look fatter at all.
But you look bigger than he looks in that
Sure.
picture.
I could see that.
No way you don't.
Well, the
No, he
the
definitely
shoulders
looks-
are kind of like a little
Look how
slanted.
thick his
there.
neck looks versus his
Dude,
neck.
he's got-
He looks like
Oh,
he'll
I didn't
pick
see
him
the
up
neck.
over his
He's
head.
got the Jay Worthy belly, and the beard is like he's got a bigger, more solid
Yeah.
face.
Man, those stripes add that frame to you, though. I'm telling you.
I think that you read that article and you believe it.
No,
You know what I mean?
I'm looking
And it's
at
not
it.
true.
Am I wrong?
Just take the tips with you.
Am I wrong? See?
I have the neck just from wearing helmets, but the body didn't always come along with it. Just
Yeah,
the
said
neck,
I
just the
earned that,
neck,
Nick.
just the head. Yeah, that's right.
When did you graduate tech?
14, 20, spring 14, spring 14.
2014.
You got right in it, huh? Right in it.
Right in it. We actually started giving
So that's a lot-
whiteboarding before then, but
So when did Calvin go into the? Was he 04?
04.
yeah,
into the draft?
sounds right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He came back and got his degree, right?
Yeah,
I think he did. He owns some weed.
Calvin?
Calvin owns some weed stuff now. Like he got into the marijuana crop game, which is a good game. People are
Dude,
still
that's
going to
a
buy.
good game to get
Look,
into,
People
I'd
people
say.
are going to continue buying marijuana forever.
yeah.
Forever. Literally forever.
Yes.
I've been. I went
Alcohol,
to.
it's weird. Alcohol and weed, they sell forever.
Yeah, I went to two networking groups I got invited to in New Jersey, and everybody that I talked to, I'm like, yeah, they're like, set up 1-to-1 with me. I can't remember them a couple weeks down the road, and they're like, yeah, we're in New Jersey, and I'm like, New Jersey, you haven't got anything done this month, have you? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's no way you've been productive in the month of February. There's no possible way. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, weed just became legal
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
that's
You've
true.
been doing your job?
Yeah.
No, that's a lie.
I
That's
would.
a
I
lie.
don't partake. I mean, I think it's a great money grab. And if you can get in there and get the right, there's a lot of tech to be built in that game.
Dude,
Yeah.
oh my God.
A ton of tech. And I went to the Marijuana Business Association or a conference in Vegas like 5 years ago, and I walked around.
Expo.
Yeah, it was the expo. It was a nice event though. It was like $800-900 to get in. So
That's
it
probably
was,
2,000
it was,
weed companies.
It was
in
a
there or
true
something
business. You know, you'd have no just somebody that likes marijuana is going to pay $800. So it was a true business expo where the guys at the expo were like, don't go to the 421 in Denver because you're just going to get a lot of heads out there, and they're going to be coming by. What do you do? I'm like, well, I mean, and you have to explain your tech, and they're like, oh, okay, and then walk away, you know.
Yeah.
But at the business one, it's all business people selling to business people. But I have to tell you, half the tech, probably more than half the tech at this conference, I was like, too early, man. You're gonna get stomped on, because it's, do I do it right now while it's against the law,
Right.
or wait till it? There's a fine line there, and yes, they could probably evolve and they could do that. But there was some tech, there was some vending tech there.
Yeah.
That I'm telling you right now, they probably put
A couple 100,000.
bull crap, dude. This was huge. Of like a couple million hardware out there, because each one of those vending machines, I know,
I
was
always
a few
shoot way
grand.
under because I
Was a-
understand the tech now.
Was a few grand. I mean, we're talking about the hardware and the software.
Yeah.
So I bet they had a couple million in it, and I'm going, dude, you're gonna get crushed. And some of these these seed to sell softwares that were out there, I mean, they probably are gonna be able to sell their book, which is good because they'll still have it. But if they don't, they'll get crushed by the First Datas of the world and the TSIS and the Globals of the world, because we already have 100 softwares that do better than that right now.
Hell, you probably
That are cheap. That are way cheaper. Way cheaper.
This type of automation, though, that you're talking about for the grocery stores is probably an applicable, like the issue lies there in that same space. You know, that type of automation is valuable in that space as well.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, especially for like a growing thing, a growing industry,
literally.
like marijuana. I mean, the machines are one thing, but it'll be especially prevalent for the the places that sell it behind the counter as well. That's for sure. But yeah, it's definitely growing in vending. I'm interested to see where that can go, just because it's kind of the resurgence out of the cigarette machines, out of the beer machines. Been a lot of laws that have gone forward to keep those out of the streets.
Has
I guess.
COVID been positive? Has it been an uptick?
Have you been COVID positive?
Yeah, I hope you haven't been COVID. We all have, but I just mean did the volume go up for vending machines because people don't want to be around people?
So COVID,
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, COVID crushed the vending industry
Because people weren't walking by.
Crushed
Yeah, they weren't walking by.
Oh yeah, that's true. Common space, everything
Yeah.
to get away from those common spaces.
volume down, and especially
How much?
white
50%?
collar, at least. In every business that we work with, at least that's about the range.
It's wild how and you've heard this before, but we take a lot of what Japan's culture does and kind of bring it here, and sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't.
Sure.
But I've seen pictures of Japan. There's like 1 million vending machines everywhere.
Right.
You buy anything
And they
you
sell
want
all
to.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cooking pizza in the vending machine, a full pizza that just gets cooked, comes out of it, sushi, whatever you want, fresh, everything, in a vending machine.
Vending machine
Yeah, I know.
sushi.
They really do sell everything. There's
everything.
there's some weird stuff that you can get from vending machines in Japan. But it's definitely different, the vending in America, for sure.
It is.
Is that how you make
Yeah.
your money? Is transactional? Is it dependent upon volume, or is it just dependent upon customer base?
No, so just customer base for
Okay,
us.
that's good.
Yeah, the transaction, I mean, we're actually
Kind of the license fee for the software, depending on who's using it. Okay.
Exactly. The transactions come, we monitor them and report on them because we need to know sales, inventory, and be able to report on that so that we can, tell what machines are selling well, where things are selling.
But
we integrate.
you're just a monthly software fee to handle this.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
great. Yeah, it's good stuff.
But we do
What
integrate
kind
with
of
Catholics.
teeth do you have in those folks? I mean, they're not ever going to leave you.
The thing-
Like that would be
right,
a
it's-
hassle to change that tech in all their vending machines. Good for you.
I
Great
remember
idea.
we used, when I swapped
Thank you.
out
Yeah.
the inventory for those vending machines, I had to be 19. I mean, that had to be 5 years ago. And they were using a system.
He's 19 5 years ago.
Yeah, they were using a system like that. They were using a system like, I don't know if you could monitor it real time at any moment, but I know that when we did our inventory, we looked at an iPad to tell you how many of which item had been bought. And you need to put 12 of these back and 16 of these back and 30 of these back. And that was how we loaded the truck. So are
might
you
use
solving
Gimme for that, man.
Yeah, they might. I mean, how long have you guys been in the market? How long have you been selling?
Yeah,
Because
so
it
from-
might have been. It truly might have been.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the Atlanta market. We had a big customer here, is when we got started. So back in 2015, we started with a company out of Atlanta. It was just very fortunate. We sell to anyone, any operator in the U.S., but...
Yeah, 15, 16 is when that would have been.
Yeah.
Probably.
It may have been. We had it in the Atlanta market.
It was I
so-
remember it was a very colorful interface, and we used it on an iPad.
Yeah.
It was very like a purple interface.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that so specifically. It was a lifesaver because before you just brought everything that you could bring and saw how much was gone.
Yep. The ding rings are out and got to load them back up.
You take all the change out and you carry like 100-pound bag of quarters back to your car.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's kind of a crazy industry where on surface level, it's really simple. You're just keeping
Yeah.
machines filled, bring
Right.
stuff with you, keep it on a truck, have a warehouse. When you start growing past 100 machines, a couple thousand machines, it gets crazy
Yeah, I
to
hear
think
you.
about the nitty gritty. So,
Be a weird thing to like rob somebody that has 300 pounds of quarters on them. Like, give me all your quarters, but they have to pick them up and carry them off.
Yeah. Take all your quarters to my car.
Yes.
Put them in the trunk. And then go back to where you were.
And then the shocks go down.
Yeah.
You have
It really
300
did
pounds.
used to be like that. We had to like double wrap these like canvas bags because it was so heavy. And you could only put so much in like every vending machine had its own coin pouch. So you could tell which ones were doing really well and which ones were sucking. And you could tell which products were doing well and which ones you wanted to switch out. Like anything with dark chocolate didn't sell really well.
I just got a great idea.
Did you?
Yes.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. And an incredible idea. And we're going to do it together. Done.
Okay.
My
ready.
lawyer figured this out. Sign it.
Yeah.
Do you watch Peaky Blinders?
No.
You need to watch
But
it.
I want to.
There's,
I-
there,
I do
in
check it out.
the last scene of the first
You kind of
season,
look like Arthur, by the way.
Tom,
I'm gonna note that down.
You kind of do, yeah, you kind of do. And Tom Hardy was the Jewish gangster,
Yeah.
And these guys were all they were really
They're Romany gypsy.
gypsy gangsters, and Tom Hardy pushed the paper across the table. And was like,
There you go.
He goes, this
like it.
this paper says that I own 100% of your business. He goes, my lawyer looked it over. It's good. Sign it.
Yep. Little Alfie Solomons.
Done.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Keeps business simple.
Tom Hardy's solid though.
Yeah,
It really is.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
incredible.
it really is.
The scene where he's talking to Luca Changretta and he's got his eyes closed and he's like, I give all of this money to this charity that helps blind people. And he's like, they tell you every day to stand here with your eyes closed for 30 minutes. And he's like, what time is it? He's like, okay, I have 3 more minutes. Go ahead. And he's just standing there with his eyes closed while they're talking.
What is this guy actually compared in acting ability, Tom Hardy and The Rock are the same.
When did
Who
I
said
do that?
Oh, we got that on tape. Do we not, Tristan? We got that on video.
Got it in.
Y'all are
Snippet.
talking about range. As far
Yeah,
as
range.
Like, they
Oh,
play the same
yeah.
character every
Tom
time.
Hardy's
100%.
Tom Hardy's so much better of an actor than The
Oh,
Rock.
yeah, because he plays
Yes.
so many diverse roles.
He does. He
Okay.
does. From
Well, very
Inception. From Inception.
Yeah.
To that
Yeah.
that Jewish
To
gangster.
Warrior
Venom.
and Lawless and Venom and Bane. Yeah, he's
You said
definitely
Warrior?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's definitely all over the map.
No, but there's some that are the same. But most of all, except the top 3 or 4 actors, he has way more range than The Rock.
No, The Rock gets smashed on by Vin Diesel in one movie in Fast and Furious, and then plays the Tooth Fairy with baby Madison Pettis.
Oh, and that right there went straight to the Oscars.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. His
Straight.
You have a
range.
point.
That's pretty
I didn't-
funny.
I didn't believe you until then. Like that, you do actually have a point.
No, he does not.
I
Tristan,
still agree. Hardy's
Tristan.
a better actor, but I do
I
see
agree,
your
because nobody would ever argue that he's not a better
on
actor.
paper. I can see the movies and them being
3-on-1.
Honestly, no. He's saying I can see your point. He doesn't agree with you. I can see your point. That's what he said. Roll the tape back. Roll it back. Roll it back.
exactly.
He says I see your point. Don't get all.
You got to learn how to
start
produce
kissing-
and transcribe at the same time.
Don't start
'cause
kissing him
right.
just yet. I mean, gee, Christmas.
I'm right about that though, for sure.
I don't think so, but we'll move on. We'll move on. So vending. When do you think that we're gonna get more like Japan? And because it's a slow rolling machine here, in that, right?
Yeah, vending itself. I actually think America's going another direction, really, with vending specifically. I mean, traditional vending machines will stay around, but I think they're going to hit a cap and they'll really start to decline slowly. Overall, I think what's going to be replaced with is stores, more like retail spaces.
That was what I was going to ask you
That's
about.
true.
Today's National Vending Day, by the way.
Today's
Is it?
National
Is it
Vending
really?
Day. Yeah.
You came here. Was that? Did you do that on purpose?
No,
Oh my god!
No, it just so
National
happened.
Vending Day.
Well, cheers. That's
Yeah, I was
awesome.
gonna say you got the Red Bulls.
I
want to
know about the Amazon Go stores.
Oh, yeah.
And the i5 stores and all of those unattended retail spaces. How does that work?
They're amazing to use. The convenience.
We have that
is-
tech at
It's
Priority.
amazing. Yeah, we actually did a trip around the U.S. to see a couple of Amazon Go locations just to experience what that was like. I mean, it's essentially a giant vending machine with more sophistication, but it really is. You're scanning, like with a vending machine, you scan to authenticate your card, then you're picking what you want, it drops out. In this, you're scanning your Amazon account to get in the turnstile. Once you're inside, grab anything you want and then just walk out. So that's
So
the special part
they
of
have that set up in Priority. If you've seen it, right? Their new vending or their new
Yeah,
break room. Their new break room is that.
Yeah.
So
It's
you go
scan to get
scan,
whatever
you go
you
grab.
want.
So it's like a self-service grocery store meets vending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
I mean,
to
that's
think
what it is,
about
right?
on that
Very much
scale,
so. Yeah.
warehouse scale is insane.
I mean, it's fine to do that, but look, I'll be honest with you. It's fine to do that in Priority workplace because nobody's gonna steal shit.
yeah.
But if you do it on the corner of 92 and 41,
that place is gonna get looted quick. Yeah.
Here's the thing about those though. They actually do lock up technically. They're not 24/7 right now, at least. So
They don't
they'll
have to
block
be.
it off and-
They'll still at 4 p.m. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I see about it is that these are so impressive and you have a lot of funding behind it, right? With Amazon. So there's a lot of sensors, there's a lot of cameras in these stores. They're very expensive. But if you combine that with, the vending operations actually.
Are they franchised?
That's a good question.
Can you buy them?
I don't think they are right now. No, not from Amazon as far as I know. Because there's only a couple.
That's another idea.
New York,
though.
San Francisco.
Do the same thing and franchise them.
Well, what they are doing is licensing their software. So they just walk out technology on there right now. They're licensing that. So you could start your own store.
Well, they
implement
license all their.
the tech.
I mean, like Alexa can be licensed.
Yeah, I think so.
I know.
Yeah.
I know she can. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can be licensed.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until one of our tech people came in here told me that actually the Amazon uses they license what's the Shazam. They don't even own that. They use Shazam for their stuff. So whoever owns
Apple
Shazam
does.
is awesome. Yeah. Think about because when I looked up the Surrey thing where she came from, there was one guy that invented that and a company that did it.
Yeah.
Right. And then they sold it to Apple. And that guy still works there, but he's like richer than everybody there. Right.
Right. That's how you do it. So
Apple owns Shazam.
yeah, Apple does.
Oh, do they now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. But they didn't.
No,
How
they didn't.
is the iFi? Is that how you say that? AI?
I think it's iFi.
Yeah, iFi. How are they doing it in relation to how Amazon is doing the stores? Because I know they're the other big player. I think they've got like 300. Right?
Yeah, they've
got a
like
lot.
crazy. Yeah, they have a lot of funding and are growing it out. I think theirs is meant to be the licensing for the store, the franchising model, if you will, or the like buy and deploy. So I'm pretty sure iFi has a few models of store that are doing their own, like an iFi store, kind of like Amazon has their own. But then you can also purchase an iFi store and deploy it yourself, like the whole thing. Because I think they have these, because they're such small stores, so you can get 300 square feet and still make a store out of it and put it in a park or nearby some place that has a lot of walking commuters, and then pop it up, and you can still walk in, get your stuff, and walk out. So that is, I think, why they're going to be pretty different. And I still think we're at the very beginning of this. It's this niche right in the middle of like grocery and convenience, and it's smaller than convenience, but it can go in so many more places than gas stations and convenience stores. I mean, it's going to be, and then delivery is the opposite end. Things delivered right to your door. It's the in between. It's the places where you're walking and you just want to grab a water and a snack as you're shopping downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
You don't have as many options right now. I think these are going to be a perfect fit.
What about the you've seen? I know you have. You've been in the business, but I guess this was like years ago. They did the vending machine for the smart car in Europe.
Yeah, Carvana.
I think Carvana has their. Carvana has their own now, but Smart Car did it years ago. Look that up. Smart Car vending machine in Europe. Yeah. It was years ago, and they were doing it. It was really cool because you could buy that car for like $6,000. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It wasn't expensive. Maybe not 6,000, but 10. I think you could get it under 10.
You can vend just about anything with the right machinery
and the right credit card. You got to have the right credit card, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet. That is sweet.
That's it. Does it open up and give you your keys? I bet there's paperwork to be signed, though. Right? After that?
For sure.
I'll tell you what.
Look at the New York. That would not... The New York Police Department smart car...
There's your machine right there, too.
Yeah, that would not intimidate me at all. Hey, stop! No, I'm not stopping for you.
I'll grab
You're
your
in a
car
smart
and flip
car.
it over. Yeah.
A guy on a horse would
Pick
be
your
more
car up and throw it.
would be more intimidated than the guy on the horse. That guy right there. I'm like, okay, you'll kick my ass. You're riding a horse.
You don't mess with horses, man.
Nah. No way. There's so Carvana has, and I don't. That's not a vending machine, but it looks like one. The one in downtown.
Sure.
That they just built that. This year.
Good skyline.
Or last year. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're doing well, huh?
I think Carvana's doing great.
It seems like they are. I see a lot of the stickers on when I'm driving. They bought them. I looked at Carvana when I was selling my truck or switching to this, and I'm like, nah, no way. The inventory was bad for them at the time that I was buying it. Just there wasn't a lot of inventory here locally.
Right.
And I just feel like I don't want you to deliver me a car, and hey, you get a week. How about no? I'll just go to this dealership and buy it now. You know, that's a long way. The vending machine car is a long way. I hate it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's crazy buying a car is buying a Tesla. That feels wild.
That's your Tesla, right? You drove it in. Somebody
Yeah.
goes, "Is that Tesla?" I was like, "Yes, that's the rich guy that's coming up in here."
Yeah.
No, that is a crazy buying experience. You bought the car in app through Apple Pay, and you just go and pick it up. There's not much paperwork you have to sign when you're there, and you drive off within an hour. It's a crazy.
Do you
experience.
watch Rogan?
From time to time? Yeah,
So did you see the Musk one from 3 weeks ago?
I saw the most recent one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. That Roadster is going to go 0 to 60 in 0.4 seconds. Is that what he said? 0.5 seconds? He said
cannot
you could.
remember that.
He said
Actually,
you
I
could.
don't.
He said you will be.
1.5 seconds.
It was
Yeah.
whatever it was. It's insane.
Incredible.
So, just like crazy. But he said you could be going 60 before you go into the red light.
That's crazy. That's instant.
Yeah, that car will go 240.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dangerous. But you know what's not dangerous, and we talked about this. Me and my business partner talked because we're in the credit card processing game, obviously. So we see people's volume and businesses that are really really good and businesses that kind of struggle, and just in general, like ice cream shops in Georgia just traditionally don't do great.
Sure.
They're great for 3 months and then they suffer for 8 months. But it's not South Florida. But there's a few out there that's made it the long haul, but most of them have gone out of business. But body shops are like a license to print money. Like they make so much money. They do so well. And all these national brands are going up and buying all these mom and pop body shops. But Chris was like, my business partner was like, you know what? Because I got hit by a deer and yes, I didn't hit a deer. I got hit by a deer.
Of course, they ran right into you.
They're right in the side.
Yep.
So I was getting it fixed. And he goes, something that really could disturb the body shop business is the self-driving car. Like that can really put a hurting on the body shop business. Because if everybody was letting that car drive itself, you take the human air out of it, you're gonna have less dings.
Yeah, an accident will be like a plane crash one day, where it'll be like, everyone will know about it.
That's right. Yeah,
They'll hear about there was a car crash. This year.
And I guarantee you, those people all die.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a plane crash.
Yeah, that's right.
Things go catastrophically wrong. Yeah.
So, well, we really appreciate you coming, man. Before we get off here, how can the MP Group and the podcast Burn the Ship help you out? Who are you looking for in clients? How can we get a hold of you?
And what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah, it's a great question. So in Atlanta, I think our biggest thing in Atlanta, in this area, especially, in the surrounding areas of Atlanta, I think is just the biggest message we could push forward is we're a technology company, and industries like vending are a great example of where there's a lot of legacy tech that doesn't do a great job in efficiency and merchandising in these other areas that are specific to it. And we're a platform to transition people from legacy to modern, and that's what we do. And we'd love to see more of that in our industry and others. But where are we going next? I think we mentioned Amazon Go and iFi and some of the computer vision and AI that's being used to develop and move those stores forward. I think there's a ton of opportunity in that part of the industry. So anyone who's thinking in that direction of how retail can change and unattended retail can grow, that's a conversation that we'd love to be involved in. And as a tech company, it's very much where we're focused right now.
Sweet. Cool. How do we get a hold of you? What's your website, email, all that?
Website is vending.ai. That's the easiest way to get to it. If gimmevending.com is easier to remember, then gimmevending.com will get you there too.
There you go.
I'm very active on LinkedIn and Twitter, both at Evan Jarecki. And then Gimme Vend is all of our social media. So
Sweet.
Gimme Vend is Twitter, Instagram.
This is going all over your stuff too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. This was fun, guys. I appreciate you having me as well.
Absolutely. It's fun. We'll do it again. We'll do it with Corey.
Sure.
He's got to come in
He's
next
coming
time.
back. We rescheduled
Yeah,
his.
he's just been a little snobby. I hear you.
Yeah.
You'll get both co-founded. Get
He
both
didn't want to
sides
be
of the
on there
story.
when he
There you
showed
go.
that side-by-side picture of you in those stripes. He's got to get him a picture in those stripes.
We'll stand them back to back when we're live and be like, I told you.
That's what I'm saying.
You.
We will, and he'll be way bigger, and then you'll go and look at that picture, and you're like,
Nonsense.
maybe know how horizontal stripes.
Nonsense. Thanks, guys. Everybody out there, be kind to each other.
See you guys.
Peace.